on Zoom, and let's see, I've got to get you this invite if you want to chit chat. Let's see, where's my Skype? There it is. Okay. No. Here we go. Okay, what do we got here? So we got some beeps and buzzes on the cell phone. Yeah, I forgot that I had a conference call on the other thing at 10 today. I don't know what I'm thinking. Must be a typical Monday. And so, man, it's important. Clear all right. So anyways, yeah. Hey, hello, Mo. How you doing there? Glad you came aboard. So anyways, last night I was me and a friend were talking to a prospect, and hello, who's in here now? Let's see, participants. What do we got here? We got Dennis. How you doing, Dennis? Let's see, that's good. So anyways, what we're doing is we're working at home. As you can see, I'm in my house, and I market online, and I market gold bullion. Here, let me go over here. I'll open this up. Okay. So anyways, yeah, I have this couple of businesses I do online. The first one that I like is we market bullion, which is gold and silver coins. So here's a Chinese gold panda. Here's a walking liberty, and these are coins that we do, and we also do rounds, and various other kind of coins that we can do, and silver rounds. Like this is Britannia, and this is a special coin. This is a Congo. These are just silver ounces. And so the reason why people collect silver is that silver and gold is that it withstands inflation and it protects your money. It hedges you against inflation. Some companies nickel and dime you. Hey, I got you out there. I'm going to unmute you there, buddy. There you go. Hey, Dennis, you can talk now if you want. How you doing? Can you hear me okay? So I got people coming into my my Zoom podcast, and so I'm teaching about what I do for a living at home. I'm a real estate developer. I design and build custom homes. If you can't see it, but over there on Facebook they can see my contractor's license right there. Phi Theta Kappa honor fraternity. How do I get to that one? Right there. That's image editing certificate and a couple college degrees, social science, graphic communications. So I have credentials. It means I when I find something and study it and stick to it, I finish. I'm there to be in here till the end. And I'm an economist. I do network marketing because it's a great way to leverage income and to escape the fixed income job, just over broke. So that's why I do this. And I invite people to try to do the same thing. You know, it's not easy. It takes several years, you know, of getting in the computer and just slowly at your own pace. So you're not going to get fired if you don't show up for work. You might anger a few of your team members if they can't get a hold of you sometimes, and typically anybody can get a hold of me unless I'm out of cell phone range, which one time I was out of cell phone range for a couple of days, and a guy got angry with me, which is kind of weird because I gave him the president of the company's phone, or the owner of the company's phone number, and he called up the owner of the company to harangue me because I wasn't answering his call because I was on a little fishing trip. But he has had the owner of the company. Anyway, some people, you know, they just like to gripe about stuff. But anyways, if all the complaints, you know, you get some really bizarre ones. I rarely do get complaints. And so I'm having my morning coffee. Oh, look at this. I got my printer heads for my printer. But I'm having my morning coffee, and this coffee here is I call it meanjavabean.com, meanjavabean.com, and I lost a bunch of weight. And actually, I can show you guys on this computer how much weight I lost, because this is going to be recorded too, by the way, and we'll be able to review, because what we're doing is we're doing content, you know. Regardless of whether people watch your videos or not or whatever, you're creating a video and you're going to go into YouTube and you're going to add a description to it and some keywords, and then people are going to be able to see that. And the more of these you have, the more people you'll get free advertising from them, and they'll want to contact you and subscribe. So if you want to subscribe, click on the subscribe button, and I'm going to show you easy ways to stop losing money. And it's kind of interesting because one of the premises that I'm talking about right now, once I get you this picture here, let me see, pictures, documents, desktop, there we go. Okay, I've been slacking off on my production here the last couple days. Here we go. Anyway, this is me before and after. So you see this coffee does work. And I'm not really marketing it all that aggressively right now. And I will be soon, because I mean, you know, right now my wife and I, she's lost 20 pounds. I'm trying to find her picture, but that's not what we're about right now. We're about, I discovered something last night. Me and a buddy, I got a call from one of my team members, Rick Bogosian, bullionbogey.com. And he said he got a guy on the phone, wants to talk about this gold. He's putting his business cards out there. He's sending out mailers, flyers, and people are responding because he's putting lowest price bullion in the world. You know, in order to get the lowest prices in your industry, you have to invent it. You have to become the patent holder, see? And this is things you learn in economics. When I was in 5th grade, my 5th grade teacher taught me about production in some kind of social studies class. I'm not really sure what it was. It was like a business, you know, thing. They were talking about widgets. That's the first time, you know, they were using scenarios. You know, company A, let's call it Acme Corporation, creates widgets. It didn't matter what it was. They use this word widget. So, you know, in network marketing, we have widgets. Here's a widget. Okay, here, this is a box of coffee. And I've got one person aggressively marketing this, and I'm making $300 a week just off of one person. And so that's $1,200 a month, and that's from this widget here. And now, when I first was shown this widget to market, I said, no, I'm not going to do that. But I did lose weight. I lost 60 pounds. I put on my old belt the other day, and I've got about, I don't know, 8 or 9 inches of that belt just hanging over. You know, just looks really silly. But this is a widget that you can market, and but not all widgets are created equal. And so if you study 5th grade social studies, they'll tell you about widgets, and then they'll talk about people like Alexander Graham Bell and Eli Whitney And even I remember they threw in the guy who invented the peanut. What was his name? Black gentleman. George Washington Carver invented the peanut. You know, he didn't invent it. He just, you know, found out that they're good eating and put them into production. Those are his widgets. And so when you invent something, you create what you learn in college later on is a scarce resource. So Adam Smith, you know, Adam Smith was a businessman in Scotland. In 1776, he wrote a book called The Wealth of Nations. And if you read that book, The Wealth of Nations, the thesis of that book is that the wealth of nations was built by this distribution of scarce resources. Scarce resources. So when you're marketing a widget right now, what widget is it a scarce resource? For instance, weight loss and coffee. Not scarce resources. There's a bazillion things out there that are weight loss and coffee. I mean, Starbucks, for crying out loud, it's not a scarce resource. So you're going to have to compete. And in order for you to win, you're going to have to lower your prices so that people will buy from you because they would rather buy from a name brand like Starbucks. And so if you come into a network marketing company, your widget, they're not going to lower the price on it. They're going to raise the price, and they're going to tell you to be positive and to set goals and to think and grow rich. Don't be negative. Don't look at the overprice. Just convince your friends that they'll get enough commissions by putting people into debt selling widgets. Now, this widget here is rather unique because, like I said, when I first heard about it, I said, look, I'm fat. I have pre-diabetes. I could stand to lose some weight. The very first thing I do in the morning is I drink a cup of coffee. I love that coffee. And so I figured, hey, this would be one thing that I wouldn't forget to take because I would just switch and drink the coffee. And so then the guy said, well, let's sell these widgets. Call up your friends, tell them to buy this widget. I'm like, no. I'm an economist. I'm not stupid. I don't sell overpriced widgets to people and put them in debt. I don't do it. A million other people do it. You might be one of them. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you didn't take economics. Maybe you don't know that that's what you're doing. And so I would refuse to sell this because it wasn't economic. It didn't have economic principles that pointed to success. So then what happened? The guy that sold it to me, I lost 20 or 30 pounds after a couple of months. And the guy said, well, look, if you're not going to sell it, could you at least give us a before and after picture just to show that the stuff works? And I went, okay. So I went into Photoshop and I produced a picture. And it showed me still fat, but I've lost 20 pounds. And then I said, what the heck? I gave it to them and I put it on Facebook. 12 people bought this coffee on that picture alone without contacting me. And I think I made about $800 that first month. And that caught my attention because I thought, well, this ain't a scarce resource. I didn't do nothing and I just made $800 off of this widget. Then it hit me about 4 months later. I was marketing and I didn't question why they were doing it. But then I realized why they were doing it. First of all, it had a 30-day money-back guarantee, so they couldn't lose. Secondly, if they already drink coffee, they're not charging any extra for the weight loss in this. So basically, it's free weight loss for coffee drinkers. So all you had to do, as a matter of fact, you're already paying for it. So if you have any kind of brain, you would go, wow, I'm already buying coffee. Holy crap, these guys are dumb. They forgot to charge me for the weight loss. I'm going to buy some of this coffee. And so that's, really what it is. The guy that invented this stuff, I don't know, he forgot to charge you for the weight loss. He's okay, so if you go to Google, I can do that on this computer. What the heck happened here? Okay, my other computer, I just got a error message. I'll see if I reload what happens. Don't know what happened. Let me see. I think I kind of know what happened. I bet you my Zoom meeting. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm not signed into that. And then let's go to camera. Let's go into Facebook. Let's duplicate this and see if we can duplicate the problem. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Let's see. Please check your camera and connection and camera and try again. Well, let's see here. Technical difficulties, stand by, on set. What do we got here? Look at that. Oh my God. I'm not even plugged in over here. Something's going on here. What's that all about? All right. I bet I'm in power saving mode. There it is. I've been moving my office around, and let's see if we can plug this in. Get that going again. Plugged in. Check my camera. I hate it when this happens. I was on a roll, man. I was on a roll. Okay. There we go. Looks like we're back here. No, okay, so that's not really working. Let's see, reload. Live video. Okay. Well, it seems like we're back. Say something about this. Okay. Sorry for interruption. Okay, so what I'm writing in here, marketing scarce resources, why it's really the only key for the success of the majority. Let's see, what we need to do is we need to overcome the Pareto principle. Overcoming the Pareto principle. You know what that is? You know about this. Okay, so I'm gonna subscribe. I'm gonna put subscribe. www.assetflippers.com. This is a funnel I have, and so they can also go into this Zoom meeting. Click to join voice Zoom meeting. Okay, so I'm back to live on Facebook. All right. So, anyways, what I was talking about. Okay. So, anyways, what I was talking about earlier, before we were so rudely interrupted by Facebook's thing, was that we're distributing scarce resources, and I was talking about that this widget here isn't a scarce resource. It's weight loss coffee. I thought it wasn't, but it is, because it's free weight loss for coffee drinkers. The company owners forgot to charge you for the weight loss, and I was gonna go over here to Google on this computer, which you guys can't see in Facebook, but you can also do it yourself. Open up a Google tab, and then type in average, and get on the right keyboard here, average annual coffee expense. And just hit enter and see what you come up with. You know, how much do people spend? The American worker drops nearly $1,100 annually on coffee. $1,100. So that's what I did here. I spent half of that. Hey, Randy, what's happening? Old high school guy there. I remember you From Upper Hayford, England, rah rah, sis boom bah. What is that? How's that go? Oh my God! Hold on 1 second here. One. Let's see, what do I got? Do I got any relics? Do I have relics? Let's see if I have relics. Well, I know I've got some relics around here somewhere. Okay, in the relic depository. Look at this. Look at this, Randy. Uh-huh. What do you think, huh? The old Letterman there. Somebody stole my Letterman's jacket out of my van back in the early 80s. But anyways, Randy Moody, he's a great guy from England. I went to high school. We're all a bunch of old suckers now, getting gray and stuff. And but anyways, Randy, I was talking to people about the online businesses I do. I do this weight loss coffee, and I only do things that are economic, that have economic principles to them, where it doesn't really cost you any money. So when I first marketed this coffee, I thought that people were stupid to market weight loss and coffee because they're so glutted in the economy. And it didn't, being educated, I went to college and studied economics also, and this just didn't have the scarcity to it that I saw. But then when people started buying it, I didn't know why, and then about 4 months later, I realized it's free weight loss for coffee drinkers. And like I said, you just go into Google, type in the average annual coffee expense, and people can see my screen in this Zoom that I'm doing, and you can get in this Zoom if you want to chit chat. Have I shared screens yet? Let's see. Screen sharing. How do I do that? Manage participants. Stop recording. Invite. Share screens. Okay. Desktop 1. There we go. I am sharing my screen. So anyways, people spend $1,100 a year on coffee. This here is about $500 a year, and so they're throwing in free weight loss. So that's what I discovered, and I made probably $40,000 last year selling this coffee. And just on the side, didn't hardly have to do anything about it, And so then another thing I do is I market gold and silver bullion here, and I just took first in this company's sales thing here, and they gave me a bunch of gold and silver just free, just gave it to me for winning some kind of contest, and I'm not going to argue with them. So this coin here, it's a Panda. It says it's MS70, a first of 1,250 struck. It's a 2016 China G500Y Panda, and it's got a serial number in there which you can trace it down right to the thing. But this one here is worth about $4,000, and I won that. Here's a silver Panda. I don't know what it's worth. Here's a American Eagle, half-ounce Eagle, first day of issue, MS70. Here's a quarter-ounce Eagle, first day of issue, and here's a 1/10 ounce Eagle, first day of issue, all 2017s. And so there's just under $10,000 worth of free gold that this company gave me just for discovering something. And what I discovered was just really spoke to me last night. Because I do marketing, when I approach you, you think I'm trying to recruit you. And so everybody else has been recruiting you into different things, vitamin pills, all kinds of stuff. And see, here's a little medallion here. It says 7K on this. And on the back of it, it talks about prospecting. It says, prospecting, the key to success, all right? And so if you see that there, prospecting, the key to success. And so when you're prospecting, people that sell widgets, and we were talking about widgets. The widgets are anything you can sell. A company manufactures widgets. They have to prospect. And why do they prospect? Because they're looking for gold. So I want to cut the chase here, guys. They call it prospecting. They say, oh, you know what? My product here is as good as gold. This is as good as gold. But here's what this is. This is real gold, and I get it for free. I get all these coins, all this stuff for free. Here's silver eagles right here. And so I'm talking to this guy last night. Richard Bogosian is at my house. He says, I got a guy that wants to join 7K Metals. He contacted me about his ad that he put out on a business card. Takes one little business card here, sticks it on the board at the coffee shop, and the guy calls him up, comes over last night. and it's going to join our precious metals endeavor. And he says, well, before I join, I need to think what I'm doing. And right before I said that, I was telling him about inflation, about how, if you had a piece of a pie, if that was all the monetary, if it was a pie, apple pie, and then you owned a 1/10 slice of that pie, and then the federal government, the Federal Reserve Bakery decided to just bake another pie and not give you any of it, but sell it to everybody else, you're going to have to lower your price for your pie because now you got to compete with all the other pies. And so that's called inflation. And so they did that. Merlin the magician tried to figure out how to turn lead into gold, and the best he could do was add silvers and coppers and alloys to gold and fake people out for a while. They didn't tell them. They just told them they were gold, and so people thought they were getting gold. Later on, they found out that the gold wasn't valuable as gold, and so then inflation happened, and so that's what inflation is. And so the government steals money out of your bank account by creating more money that you don't get, that you have to now compete with your dollars. And so the only way that we know to escape inflation is to take dollars that, according to the Consumer Price Index, suffer 10% loss purchasing power every decade that you save. So you're saving $1 in 10 years, it's only worth 70 cents now. And in 20 years, what's that? 35 cents or whatever, And so when you say gold, however, you could buy a gram of gold. Here's a gram of gold right here. Okay. Right there's a gram of gold, 1 gram. In 1970, you could buy it for about $1. Today, it's $50. And that's a 5,000% increase per decade. So if you're holding dollars, you're losing 30% a decade. If you're holding gold, the past performance is not indicative of future results, but it hasn't changed yet. So I'm going to kind of go off of history and let it repeat itself if that's what it's doing, and that's what it is doing. So I was talking to this guy about that. I wasn't telling him to go out and sign anybody up and sell this or anything. And he goes, well, I have to, if I'm gonna sell something, I have to make sure I'm selling the right product, and And I said, okay, right there, that's your problem. I just told you that you're losing money. Hey, Ed Creedon, what's up, homie? Get on the Zoom call here and get jibber jabber with me here. I got a couple people in here. Dennis is here. How's it going, Dennis? And so, anyways, so the guy was like saying, well, I want to market something. I know you're doing good, but I want to, is gold really what I want to market? And so, okay, well, so I don't care. Yeah, go market apple pies, go market widgets, but buy gold. Stop saving dollars and buy gold. And by the way, guys, if you want to market the gold, that is what, and he said, is what you're doing legal? Is it legal? And so, I did my taxes last year, and I paid, I think, over $6,000 because I make so much money. I paid my quarterly payments, and on top of that, I had to pay $6,000 because of all this money I made. And so I got to deduct a whole bunch, and so I would have had to pay probably $15,000 or $20,000 if I didn't get to deduct my business expenses for sitting here in my desk. All this whole office is, I get to deduct the square footage of this office. And so the IRS audited me. Well, Pat, I've been hearing on Facebook, people saying, is what you're doing a scheme? Is it legal? So they audited me. And then here, look at this, guys. This is a $24 check, and it says right down there, 2016 tax return, my wife and I. And right there, see that? Is this legal? Yeah, I've been audited, and everything I'm doing is so legal that they wrote me a check because I overpaid. That shame on me. I overpaid them, and it was nice of them to give me back my money, $24. Okay. Peter Barr, what's up, Peter? Man, I'm sitting here showing people my tax refund after paying $6,000. I got audited because maybe they wanted to see if what I was doing was legal. Maybe they didn't believe it either, And so I got audited, and look at that, my network marketing endeavors, and I made $24 from the IRS. I overpaid them after I paid them the $6,000 they said I owed them after deducting all the Schedule C expenses. Man, when you ever hear about a Section 179 deduction, my God, you're going to be able to go out and buy a brand new truck and not even have to pay taxes. And that's why the government did that. So they want to stimulate the economy. They want to keep those boys in Detroit and driving their nice cars, you know, on the rusty old roads. You ever live in Detroit, man, or Michigan? My God, they drive rust buckets out there after about 2 or 3 years. And you can see the road underneath the seat. You had to watch your feet. So anyways, this guy last night, you know, like I said, he missed the point. So I'm talking about gold. I'm saying you need to market gold and silver, not to make money, but to stop the financial hemorrhage that inflation is doing in your life. So that's why you want to market gold. And if you don't think other people want to stop, and they don't. I mean, people don't know what I'm talking about. They think that what I'm talking about is a pyramid. I don't know, you know, is that a pyramid? I guess they might have sat on one of these things. I think they probably, yeah. If you ever sat on one of these, you want to know if it's one of these, right? And so this one's got gold in it. And if you sat on this, it would cause you to ask the question: you know, should I not sit on this? No, don't sit on these, because these are about as difficult as it gets right here if you sit on one of those. But that's what makes the world go round here, and life is like a yo-yo. So let's just keep on marketing good stuff, guys. And I like to, and let's keep our eye on the situation. Okay. So anyways, I got my props here. Here's a little plate of grams. I'm going to break them apart and put them on my business cards one of these days. But look at these checks here, man. This company sends out checks. These are like $1,000 and $500 checks. Just, you know, matter of fact, my new thing that I'm buying here, it's a 4-post. It's a car lift. It's a 4-post car lift, and what I'm getting is called a bend pack. There it is, bend pack 9,000, and here it is, 9,000. It's 224. This is the XS. Is this the one here? Must be this one here, I think. 224 inches. There it is. Yeah. So I'm buying this here car lift, so I can work on my cars with the greatest of ease. And I'm doing it with network marketing money. And if you're living on a fixed income and you're tired of that fixed income, you know, you need to do something while you're still working. You know, while you're on your fixed income, you know, start instead of posting funny cat videos, you know, you need to post pictures of you know, success, pictures of what you're doing, pictures of your team people getting their checks, you know. And I got Peter Barr here. He's a helicopter pilot. Got Randy Mooney, a guy I went to high school with. Ed Creedon, he just retired. He's an internet marketer and kind of on a sabbatical right now. And he's also works security at the local hospital. He runs their security outfit out there. And ex-Marine. I think Randy's ex-military, and Peter Barr. I'm pretty sure he's a pilot. And I'm a Navy guy. I think I got my Navy. What is this one here? Shellback. This is my Shellback hat, guys. I am I've been across the international date line and did that stupid initiation stuff. A lot of weird fun, but it was interesting. So anyways, my point is, guys, and in conclusion of what I'm talking about is that you know, you're going to market something. You're going to market a scarce resource according to economics, you know, and you want to find something that you can get at the lowest possible price, because that's the allocation, you know. That's part of economics. It's people's wants and desires, you know, and they want to pay they want to get quality for less money. And so now with Google and Amazon, you know, people are going out and they're buying your widgets on Google and Amazon for half the price, because you know, China's not doing knockoffs on this stuff. And and you can get what you think is real for cheap. But that's the way, that's because you don't really think it through sometimes. And so let's start thinking things through. You don't need to market bullion here to make money. You just need to switch from your declining dollars. Your declining dollars. These dollars are declining. Look on that thing there. Look at that. There's a big pyramid on the back of that with an eye up on top of it, right there. Okay, and their eye is keeping an eye on you to see if you're doing things that are legal. And of course, here's my refund check. I'm doing things that are totally 100% protected by the United States Constitution Commerce Clause. And the good faith of the American people don't know economics and don't know business, and so they got all PO'd off at the 1%, the Wall Street, and they started camping out in front of their yards, begging the government to create jobs just like we got right now, where we get to be at the top of our business and run our business the way we want to run it. Not the way somebody else, your boss, wants you to run it, but the way you want to run it. You're an independent contractor. If any of these companies that I work for start delegating things for me to do, then they have to pay my taxes. That's part of the tax code. We are independent contractors. And so when you work at home, you get all these benefits. You get to deduct your home office. You get to sell widgets. And if you want to sell a widget, you better follow economics. They pay people hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to operate businesses in Wall Street, and the businesses in Wall Street teach academic economics, and that principle has never changed. Scarce resources. Find something scarce and market it, or else you're going to have a hard road to hoe. If you can't market free weight loss for coffee drinkers, or if you can't market free gold and silver for people, okay, everything in that box didn't cost more than these checks here, these $1,000 and $500 checks. I get all this bullion for free. Why? Because I'm an advertiser. That's all I do. I don't sell anybody this. I don't sell anybody gold. I don't have to buy inventory. I dug this gold out of the ground. See that, guys? This here's gold, along with this one too. This is from the South Fork of the Yuba, a quarter-ounce nugget. So I'm quite familiar with gold and what it can do. And gold in the past 100 years, you go to your Google your 100-year gold price chart. So if I was to do that for you guys here on Facebook, I can show you here. Look at this, guys. I'm going to get to my tab here. There we go, images. There. Okay, so I've got this. Actually, I want to give you a link to that, so I have to do that. 100-year gold price chart. And so if we go to the images, I can get a picture of that image. There it is. Control C, go back into Facebook here. Hey, Tony Hubbard, what are you doing? So anyways, that's the 100-year price of gold. If you look at that 100-year gold price chart and go over to these guys over here on this video I'm doing for my YouTube, and I've got 100-year gold price chart. I'm going to click on the images again. There it is. And so now everybody's got this image here of this 100-year gold price chart. If you look at that image, you're going to see 1929 stock market crash. You're going to see a huge spike in gold. You're going to see the gas crisis in the 70s. You're going to see Jimmy Carter in the 80s. You're going to see all these spikes. From 2000, we had, according to Robert Kiyosaki, 3 economic crises. I'm more familiar with the 2007 '08 crisis. But I mean, if you had cash, you lost it. You lost your buying power. If you had real estate, you lost it. If you had a business, you lost it. If you had a job, you lost it. But if you had gold, you made out like a bandit, like Tony told me the other day. When I got these gold coins, he said, "Pat, you made out like a bandit." You know, only I wasn't armed and I wasn't breaking any laws. So there you go. You got this here 100-year gold price chart. What more do you need? So this guy last night with me and Bogey said, you know, I don't know, let's see, I got to think about this for, he finally said he was in, but he was, you know, he did what everybody does. They're comparing gold to as a widget. You know, gold is the end result. This is as good as gold. Well, here it is. If you start with this and market this, you already have it. There's no way that you can make a dime off of selling gold, right? If you're buying gold. Well, what if you know a billionaire, and then that billionaire has buying power to where you can get this for, if you can buy silver for 70 cents on the dollar, right? You're just buying dollars for 70 cents. Why would you not want to buy dollars for 70 cents? You know, I mean, this is crazy. So you don't, you know, if you're looking at this like I'm trying to get you into a business opportunity, you're totally missing the point. If you're not doing this, if you're not converting dollars and saving bullion, if you're not buying one of these silver eagles a month, like they did since 1986, 30 years before 7K metals was born. Beautiful coin, by the way, MS70. Eagle, U.S. Mint 225th anniversary, even, you know. And so what's cool about this is that in 1986, and we can go here to the another tab, and I'll get you that one too, guys. This tab here, this is the NGC, you know, because I like to prove things, you know. I don't like you to take my word for it. And PCGS, Walking Liberty prices, there we go. So let's go here. I'm going to copy this link here. Control C. Go back into there. Control V. Okay, so then right there, if you look at that price there, and you multiply each one of those coins by 12, you would buy one a month. You know, and you probably didn't spend over $30,000 since 1986. So $1,200 a year, $600 to $1,200 a year for these, you know, from that date back. So they probably spent $20,000 over a 30-year period. But if you add all those up, multiply each year by 12, and then multiply them, sum them up down the column. I did that on an Excel sheet. You can do that real easy. $1.7 million is what PCGS values these coins at. So you bought a house, a 30-year mortgage. You paid $500,000 for a $250,000 mortgage over 30 years. And you lost 50% of your equity, and you don't have anything but an old house. Now you got to put money into the roof and everything else. It's not smart, people. It's not a smart thing to do. If you're going to rent houses, then that's a smart thing to do, because that's an asset. If you're living in the house, it's a money pit. Unless you buy one coin a month. If you buy one coin a month, if you paid $1,000 a month for this coin, $12,000 a year times 36, $360,000, and you ended up with $1.7 million. You're a pretty smart dude. Now, I'm telling you, you can buy this coin for $98 a month. $98 a month, guys. I'm doing this. I got two cameras going here. $98 a month, and you can have over $1 million in 30 years, and you're still saving dollars. And you don't want to join my 7K Metals company, and you just want to continue selling widgets?
Call from.
Hey, babe, what's going on?
Hey, are you not watching the eclipse?
Is it happening now?
Yeah, it may have already passed us. It's in Wyoming now.
Oh, I don't even give a rip about the eclipse. I'm talking about 7K Metals and widgets online. I thought it wasn't supposed to be till 1 or something. They told me it was supposed to be.
On the wall.
Huh?
Remember the last eclipse, you could see the crescents on the wall?
Okay, well, I'll go check it out. I think when you said that, now everybody's running outside to go look at the eclipse.
What?
Talk to you later. Love ya.
All right, love you. Bye.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end this thing here, guys. Come on, man. Join my club. Let's see if you got your, if you want to sell widgets, but if you want to sell widgets for free for below any other cost. We got it. We got it. So free weight loss. And then fix your finances. Okay, arcofgold.com, you know, that's an arc of gold that's thrown into the ocean where you can sink, swim, or float. And if you want to float, excuse me, you're going to have to get on the arc of gold and start saving dollar cost averaging a little bit of gold every month. And you don't have to sell it. You don't have to sell gold. If you don't do what I'm telling you, you're losing. You're losing. You're already losing money. If you're overweight and you're drinking coffee, you're just spending money on coffee for nothing when you could just, you know, I mean, it's no-brainer stuff, guys. This is something you need to do. Get on board. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye. And I'll talk to y'all later. There we go.